Hi. I decided to come take a nap because I've been exhausted and can't go to sleep. I was falling asleep downstairs while I was trying to work, but now I'm trying to go to sleep and I can't. So, what I'm doing right now is I am working on staying present and allowing the emotions to come and then relaxing and releasing them as they come up, and then crying whenever I need to cry, which might be right now. But God, I keep flashing on these memories, like these just random memories that just like even just moments, like almost like my brain or my soul is going back there for a second just to visit. I just don't want this to be the truth. You know what I mean? I just don't want this to be the truth. But it is. It's reality. I was listening to Michael Singer this morning, and I've been also, conversing with the universe. I should be doing that more. And I see at every turn how she's guided me through this relationship. From the beginning to the end. And I always knew the end was coming. Like, I always knew that. I never wanted to believe it. I always thought, hey, something will happen so that we can be together. And there were a few times where we would fool ourselves into thinking that it could. But it never was going to. It was never going to. There was nothing I could do. No matter how much we loved each other, he was going to have to go and marry someone else. And now he has. And he's happy, and I'm happy for him. That's what I want for him. I want him to be happy. And he's someone who can, he's actually much more spiritually involved than I am. He might not realize it, but he really is. He's so much easier able to let things go. They bother him, he hurts, all of that stuff. But he's able to let it go. And his main concern was always that I'd be okay when he left. And, part of that, I'm sure, is because he always knew that this was going to happen. And this wasn't a new thought to him. I'm the new one. I was the new thought to him. Like, this was always going to be what his life was. So it's not a tragedy. Whereas for me, it's a fucking tragedy, right? He was sad to lose me. That's more than clear. But he's not thinking about me right now. And that's as it should be. I don't want to be thinking about him if that's the case. You know what I mean? Like, I want to move on. If this is how it has to be, I want to move on. But I keep having these emotions. And I was listening to Michael Singer this morning, and as per usual, it's always something that I need to hear. And he was talking about surrendering, right? Letting go. And at one point he's talking about, like, if someone's gonna go, do your best to make sure that you've done everything you can. But if they're gonna go, they're gonna go, and there's not really a choice that you really have. So, like, make sure they're okay. Help them pack their bags. Like, love them and let them go. Because what else are you gonna do? Your friend's going away. Like, why make it hurt more? And then a little bit later, he talks about how, like if like a divorce or a break. It was like a divorce. We were living together for like 3.5 years. And that's what he did for me. He helped me pack. He made sure that everything was okay. And the universe made sure, like, slowly but surely, we kind of got weaned off of each other. Oh, it fucking hurts, though. It fucking hurts. So okay, so one of the things he was saying, the other thing that really caught me, it was like the universe was talking to me. I had been in sort of like corpse pose, basically lying on the ground in my office. Like, I would normally be sitting up, but my back has really been hurting me, so I was kind of lying down on my back to sort of straighten it out so I wouldn't have to strain the muscles and whatever, you know, with like my knees up. But I was listening. I've been meditating that way for like a couple of weeks, and instead of doing the meditations, I was listening to Michael Singer this morning, and at one point, you know, I started crying and I sat up, and the phone was right by my ear because it was on a chair, and he basically said, what was it exactly? I don't remember exactly what he said. I wonder if I can find it. All right, so basically he was talking about using the whatever it is, whatever emotional situation it is, like a divorce or something like that. He's like, this is an opportunity, like, you only come up with, like, you only have an opportunity like this a few times in life, so you better use it to go to God, you know what I mean? He's just like, use it to grow spiritually, use it, you know, to get your soul back, basically. Like, use it to clear out your junk, use it so that, and I know this is the lesson I'm supposed to learn from this, and I know I wouldn't be able to learn it if he were here. And I hope he got as much from the relationship as I got. I mean, spiritually and emotionally, you know, like, I know he got a lot as far as, like, knowledge and fun and, like, wisdom and opening his eyes to new things and, like, all that stuff. But as far as, like, soul is concerned, he fed my soul. He changed me in so many fundamental ways. You know, he made me feel unconditionally loved for the first time in my life for who I am. He loved me for exactly who I am because he saw exactly who I am. We started as friends. There were no stakes. I was exactly myself with him, and that's who he fell in love with. And that's, like, that was a big deal. So, yeah. And the other thing was, like, to recognize this is a storm, right? This is a storm that's gonna pass. It's blowing through right now. It's intense, and I feel it. And it's gonna be here for a while. And I'm okay with that. And just basically use it to go to God. There's another thing that he said. Let me see if I can. Alright. So, yeah, so what he was saying was, like, there's this storm, these emotions, right? There is this storm, and it's gonna be here for a while, and I'm okay with that. And at the point here, what you want to do here is recognize that these are emotions, and that I'm okay, and that I can just learn to, this fucking hurts sit back in the seat of self, right? And watch them, feel them, right? You feel them. But when you get back in the seat of self and you're able to observe what's going on instead of be controlled by it, you actually end up feeling much more, because you're much more open to it. I don't really want to feel this right now. I don't want to feel it right now. I don't like it. I don't want it. But the point is that you let go. You let it come. You let it go. You watch it. And you release it. You relax and you release. And that's living from a place of surrender, where you just allow it. And you relax and you release. And you just allow it. And I've got to just allow it. I'm working on that. I am. It's not like I'm fighting it. I'm not. I'm not liking it. There's a place in my heart, like right here, that's clenched, that doesn't want to let it in. It's scary. It's scary. The other day, before I even found out, this little place, that place in my heart, like, unclenched for a second, and I shut it right back up, because it was scary, because it was the thought, like, you know, I really should let him go. And it scared the shit out of me, and I was like, you know what, I'm not ready to do that, but what I'll do is write everything down, so that when I have everything down in my journal about all the stuff that I'm thinking about him, like all the memories and all the love and all those things, when I have it all down in a journal, then I can let him go, because then I know that there's a place I can come back to it, where I'll have it forever. It's gonna take a while to get that stuff down, so I suppose that's gonna take a while for me to get over it. So the point of this video really started out with me, oh God, I carry so much tension in my forehead, it's ridiculous. So the point of it was figuring out, I was sitting there trying to figure out, trying to feel, trying to understand where I stop and my feelings begin, or where my feelings stop and I begin. And I know, the thing is, I know I'm not my thoughts, and I know I'm not my feelings. Thoughts are so much more concrete. You can just, okay, that was a thought. I can separate myself from the thoughts easily enough. There's some thoughts that I have that I'm like, whoa, that was not a great thought. Is this that dark? All right, it's a bit better. So I was lying there, I mean, not lying, but like sitting on my chaise lounge, closing my eyes, breathing deeply, and relaxing my body as much as possible. I have found out that there is so much tension in my forehead, it's ridiculous. I've been working, even before this, I've been working on body-wise, like little areas, finding little areas of my body, focusing my attention on them, and releasing them. And it's funny when you do that, because the tension will dance around it. Especially when you're tense. So, anyway, the point is, I was looking for myself, in the sense of, I mean, which is silly, because I am myself, right? You can't find yourself because you are yourself, right? But I'm looking for where the emotion, where I bleed into the emotion. Because I bleed into the emotion, and the emotion bleeds into me, and it's hard to observe the emotion, because you get lost in it. And I'm hoping, oh God, guys, this sucks. He's happily married, and I'm happy for him. We never would have been happy together. given reality, which is the only reality there is. I can make shit up in my mind the way I want it to be, but that's not reality, right? That's not me dealing with reality. Dealing with reality, we made the right choice. He couldn't have been happy with me because he would have made his mother, unhappy. And whatever the fallout would have been from that, it would have made him sad. And it would have made him sad for the rest of his life. Now he's made his mother happy, and he can be happy with this woman. He'll be happier with her than he would have been with me. He would have been sad with me, not because of me, but because of the situation. The situation's not going to make him sad now. His mother's happy. There's a part of me, there's a vindictive part there, though. And it's not that I would go and say anything. But I have these conversations in my head, right? Like, thinking about, like, oh, God, what I'd like to say. What I'd like to say to the mother. What I would like to say to the wife. Not that she has anything to do with it whatsoever. Or that she even knows. I mean, I doubt very, very much that she knows much about me at all, if anything. Right? I mean, would you actually tell your, soon-to-be wife, like, hey, look, there was a woman that I was living with for 3.5 years, and if I could have picked her, I would have picked her, but I couldn't, because my mom wouldn't let me, so I had to break up with her, and you were the one that I was engaged with, when I broke up with you, to be with her, so you were the easiest one, I know that I liked you, and my mom would be happy, and you waited around for 4 years, so that's why I'm marrying you. Now, obviously, you're not going to say that. Obviously, right? And I know that in the end, he'll be happy that this happened, because he has a happier life than he could have with us. But part of me really wants her to know. Not now. Okay, not now. Not even then. Okay, then, yeah, I did. I kind of wanted her to know. Not that I would have ever told her, but my heart really hoped that she'd somehow find out, or that he'd be truthful or honest with her about it. I was seeing her when my mom made me get engaged with you. I came back, she and I saw each other for a little bit, then decided that wasn't the right thing to do. Well, we knew the whole time, and that's why we broke up, because we felt so miserable about it, the fact that it wasn't the right thing to do. So she went out and went on a date. I flipped out, and I decided that I was going to break up with you, so slowly but surely I found things about you that I didn't like, so that I could present them to my family, so that it would make sense to them when I broke up with you 2 months later. Then I lived with her for 3.5 years. And the only reason we broke up, we were in love, it was perfect, we were soulmates, we just were on the same wavelength. We had fun doing everything together. We could talk for hours. And the only reason we broke up was because I knew my mom wouldn't accept it. So I had to break her heart and then come here. And since, I had already been engaged to you, I already knew that, like, okay, all right, I mean, I could like her, and of course, he opened his heart more than this, of course, because he accepted this, he accepted all of this. So when he went in and got engaged to her, he was ready to accept her into his heart. He was. And I could see that on his face in the pictures I've seen. Like, he's happy, and that's good. But can you imagine, like, just be like, so, I had to leave her behind, and I've accepted that, and, so I've accepted that, I've left that behind, and now, basically you're the consolation prize. I think it's a good consolation prize, but hey, I would have married someone else if I'd had the choice. Like, that wouldn't be something he would say to her. And that's the vindictive part of me, and I want to let that go. I want to let all of it go. But the point was, and again, I know I go on for a bit, but I'm looking for how it's so funny because, like, looking for myself, I am here. I am myself. I am the consciousness. I am the... Because every 5 seconds, a fucking memory comes up. Just something small and little. But I remember so much of it because it meant so much to me. Like, emotion, like, memories are imprinted on your mind because of the emotions that came with it. So I remember, like, everything about us being together. So there are little tiny moments that just come up, and like turning on the road to go to the house, right? Or like whatever. But I am myself. I don't have to look for it. The consciousness that I'm aware that I am aware that I'm aware, right? I am aware that I am aware. I'm aware that I'm aware. That I'm aware. That's a mind blower, right? But I am me. So the fact that I'm looking for where I am is stupid. Because I am me, and you can't... The consciousness that is aware, that is me, can't observe itself in that way. I mean, it does observe itself in the sense that it's aware that it's aware that it's aware. My heart hurts so much. So I want to become established in the seat of self, and I want to feel the difference between myself and the emotions. Because right now I am not feeling the difference between myself and the emotions. And while I know, we had the best time together. And maybe these pangs are what God's doing, like what the universe is doing, showing me like where my emotions are. But theoretically, the way I want it to be is that I am watching this and I am enjoying it in the sense of like I am experiencing the breadth and depth of what it is to be human. Yes, I'm feeling miserable. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling alone. I'm feeling all these things. Just so sad. I'm feeling so much grief and so much loss. So much grief. That's what it is, right? I'm grieving. So, like, these pangs of grief keep hitting me. But it's me feeling them. They're not me. So I'm really working on this. And this is what is meant. This is the lesson that I'm meant to learn. This is the lesson I'm meant to learn. And it sucks that I had to lose him to learn it. But I had to. That was the only way it was going to happen. And he's learning the lesson he needs to learn. He got from me what he needed to get from me. And she's learning whatever lesson she needs to learn. It's all right. It's all okay. It's all fine. I just don't like it. I don't like it. And that's the only thing that's wrong with it, is that I don't like it. It makes me hurt. And I don't like it. I hate it. But that is the only thing. That is the only thing that makes it wrong, right? Because it's not wrong. It's not wrong. I just don't like it. It's just not my preference. I'm attached. I'm still attached to him. I'm attached to him. He's not. I mean, in some way, sure, we're attached forever. But I don't know. There's a hole inside of me, and I'm scared. It hurts. And I'm scared what's going to happen to me, right? It's about me. Because it's not about him, because he's happy. He's happy, which is good. This is what I wanted. It's what I was praying for. It's good. And this is the lesson I have to learn. I have to learn how to be okay with the storm, how to relax and release and let go. Allow the stuff that's going to be cleared out by this to be cleared out. Come closer to God. It's going to be good. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It just sucks, and I hate it. But at least, you know what? At least it's not the way it used to be not that we just broke up. We broke up a while ago now, God, right? Our real breakup was over a year ago. A year last March. But, we saw each other I would stay over there for weeks on end after that until, June. And then, we still saw each other every once in a while. I went down there. And I'd stay for a couple of days. What was I saying with that? Well, oh, God, it hurts. So, yeah, it's going to be worth it. I'm going to look back on this and be like, it's worth it. When I used to, so anyway, yeah, that's what it was. It's not like we just broke up, but seeing the man that you love, who loved you, and who only had to break up with you because of his mother, marry someone else, sucks. It sucks. So, this is hopefully the final time we'll grieve. It's going to be a while, right? I don't like that it's going to be a while, but it's going to be a while. Time's going to pass anyway. And it used to be like, I would panic on top of this. And I'm not panicking. I could feel how I could panic. I'm not going to. And that's because I'm allowing the emotions to be what they are. Before, I never knew what to do with the emotions. I would panic, and I'd try and fix the situation. There's no fixing the situation. Even if there was something, there's just no fixing it. There never was. Even the spiritual growth I did when we were together, I did when he was, the concentrated, looking at myself, emotional work that I did. I did the 5 weeks that he was down visiting his sister. And I worked on myself, those whole 5 weeks, and it felt amazing. Sorry, just having so many memories about conversations that we had. So there's that. I'm going to look back on this and it's going to be okay. It just sucks right now. Okay, that's it. I'm grateful for this. It's hard to feel it, but I am, and I will be. Because this is teaching me something big, and I don't even know what it is yet. But it's a big deal. So, I'm going to go now. And I'm going to remind you guys that no matter what, even when shitty feeling things are happening to you, the only reason they're bad is because you don't like them. The way they are because they are that way. The universe came together, and every single thing had to happen the way it happened for this moment to be in front of me. So who am I to say that I don't like it? But I don't. I could say I don't like it, but that doesn't really matter. It's the only thing that makes it bad is that I don't like it. And I know that I'll be really grateful for this experience, even if I can't feel it that much right now. So, even when the shitty stuff is happening, the shitty stuff that feels shitty, even when that's going on, you can always choose to have a grateful day.